Let aid flow to Tigray. Never mind Wollo and Afar. The terrorist-designated TPLF invaded Amhara and Afar regions, and for months tortured and murdered innocent people living there, inflicted catastrophic devastation to public institutions, especially hospitals and schools. After having committed despicable atrocities against civilians, destroyed and looted schools, hospitals, and factories, the terror group had the audacity to write a letter to foreign countries claiming the need for assistance, stating it was the federal government's actions that left the people of Tigray in a predicament. In successive statements issued by the UN Security Council that some say appears to make it look like the Politburo of TPLF, it has consistently hammered the issue by proclaiming the road to Tigray should be open so that the people may receive humanitarian aid. All this was when any road blockage was by TPLF itself, and even more when hardly any statement was issued about the similar, if not more dire, needs have been all the more evident for the people in Afar and Amhara that TPLF invaded and caused enormous suffering to. TPLF and the Westerners that support the terror group have repeatedly claimed that the central government has closed off the roads to deny the flow of humanitarian aid to Tigray, even though when the roads were accessible, the terrorists and their cronies have used that opportunity to launch surprise attacks by using the UN trucks as military hardware and aid supplies to feed its militants. Various evidences have also indicated that the claims of siege were made with the malicious intent of blemishing the federal government of Ethiopia with falsehoods and thereby weakening its standing. It is expected that Westerners will as usual turn a blind eye to the over 11.3 needy people in Afar and Amhara that have been forced to endure an unimaginable suffering at the hands of TPLF, and demand food be sent only to Tigray, as TPLF terror group now seems to intend to woo them to ignore the rest of Ethiopia. These unjust actions, compared to the others that the country has passed through so far, may not be particularly surprising after all. What they are doing now is another attempt to pressuring the Ethiopian government for the sake of their own self-interests. Even if Westerners demand aid to be given to Tigray, they are well aware that the federal government will never hesitate to do so because the people are Ethiopians. What should never be overlooked is that there are people in Afar and Amhara who are in massive humanitarian crises. Judging from the way things have been going and the evident trends, whatever reaction to be taken by the Ethiopian government will again be translated into government deliberately denying aid to the Tigrayan people, who are Ethiopians that the government cares for. Humanitarian aid is a need for all people because the only prerequisite is to be humans and in need. Just like the people of Tigray, the people of Afar and Amhara also need assistance. Double standard is not a humanitarian virtue. When it is endorsed, it will only be inhuman. With its entire people, Ethiopia has won, and it shall prevail.